What's going on, guys? This is Riggs, and thank you so much for tuning into this video. I know, I get it, I do not sound that good, but we have a lot to get through in this video. A question I get asked all the time, and questions I see in my Discord server and on Reddit and on Twitter and things like that, is not only how to improve your KD, but how does the game, what is the actual math behind a kill death ratio? What is a kill death ratio? Again, how you can make it better, how you can look at somebody's stats, anybody's stats, yours, your friends, the top guys on the leaderboards, how you can look at someone's stats and determine not only what their wins are, but what their actual wins are, meaning how many times they made it to the end of a match alive versus how many times they died and the team won the match. There's a big difference between these two, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to walk away knowing how important these numbers are and what you can do to actually improve your kill death ratio. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And again, hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay we have playing on the screen for you. So the 4 stats you need to look at every single time you want to do this, and this will actually help you determine if you're trying to get to a target KD, how many kills you'll need in order to get there, and how important a win is versus not winning. We're gonna go ahead and get into all that. So the first 4 stats we need to look at are the total number of matches, how many wins there are, how many kills the person has, and what the kill death ratio is. So the first number we have to pull from this are the actual wins. As you guys see on the example I have laid out on the screen, we have someone that has played 179 matches. They have 73 wins. They've managed to rack up 890 kills, and their KD is sitting at a decent 6.95. Now, they have 73 wins, but how many actual wins did they make it to the end of the game? Meaning they were alive when their squad won. There's a huge, huge difference. So the first thing you need to do, and I'll go ahead and put the formula up on the screen for you. So basically what you have to do is you have to determine, we have to determine the actual number of wins before we get into the KD part. The way you do that is you take the total number of kills they have. In this example, it's 890. We're going to divide that number, 890, we're going to divide that by their current kill death ratio, which is 6.95. So when you do that, that equals 128. Now you take how many matches they've played, which is 179. So you take 179 and you minus 128. That leaves you with a number of 51. You take 51, you add 1, and the number you get in this case is 52. 52 is the actual number of wins this person, I don't even remember where I got this screenshot from, but 52 wins is how many times they made it to the very end of the game still alive, which is a big difference between 73. That's a total of 21 times where they died and their squad basically won the match for them. So now that we've determined how many actual wins this person has had, now we're going to show you guys how we can determine what someone's KD is. The actual formula that PUBG, they don't just pull this number out of their hat. You can go ahead and fact check me all day long. I'm going to give a big shout out to my brother. You guys know him on the channel as Dr. Dan. He has a PhD in mathematics and engineering, so with his help, this video would not be possible. So this is how PUBG Mobile actually figures out what someone's kill death ratio is. So this is how we do it. You take the total number of matches, again using the same example, 179. Remember that number we just pulled up, which was 52, which is the actual wins? This is where we use it right here. So you take 179, which is the total number of matches. We're going to minus 52 from that. Then we plus 1. That's going to give us 128. So all you have to do is take 890, which again is how many kills this person racked up. You take 890, divide that by 128, and that will equal 6.95 every single day of the week and twice on Sunday. So that is it right there, you guys. That is how PUBG determines what someone's kill-death ratio is. Now, the question that we asked at the very beginning of the video is, how can you improve your KD? Well, let's use this first example. Let's continue to use this since we've seen these numbers. Okay, now let's say when we look at these stats, remember, they've won a total of 73 matches so far. They've played 179 matches. They've won 73. But they've only stayed alive 52 times. Again, where the other 21 times their squad was able to get those wins. Let's say that this person stayed alive all 73 times. Let's say they never died and they won the match with their squad all 73 times. What would their KD be if they stayed alive? You guys are going to be shocked. So we're going to use the exact same formula. We're going to take the total number of matches they've played, which is 179. We're going to minus 73 from that. Then we're going to plus 1. The number we get is 107. Now what we do, same thing. You take the total amount of kills they've been able to rack up. Again, 890. We divide 890 by 107. That gives us 8.31. 8.31 is what their kill-death ratio would be if they never died in the match. That is insane. If they never died early and won with their squad, that's a big difference. 6.95 versus 8.31. That's over 1.4 higher KD. That is very, very, very impressive. So, okay, so this is the big one, and this is going to answer the question. If you guys remember a little earlier on in the season, Rolex had a KD of over 200, and people would always ask, how can someone have a kill-death ratio of 200 when the most amount of kills they've even had in a single game is, say, 18 or 19? How can these KDs be higher than the total number of kills they've had in a single game? And it all comes down to the amount of times they have won without dying. It's not an actual individual match. Notice these stats are combined between all your games and no one game individually. So this is how you're going to have a god tier KD, and you use the exact same formula. Nothing changes. Again, 179 matches. We're going to minus 179 from that. That gives us 0. Now we use the formula where we plus 1. So you take 890, you divide it by 1. That gives you a kill-death ratio of 890. You guys want to know how to improve your KD? The way you improve your KD is basically by not dying. Now, of course, that's much easier said than done, but it's that simple as far as how the numbers look. The more times you die without winning, that will drastically decrease your kill-death ratio. You could have all the kills in the world, but if you're constantly dying in all your matches, you will see your kill-death ratio drastically suffering. We're going to go ahead and use another example for you guys. So here's someone who's very, very, let's say, mediocre, or maybe kind of like your average player. They've played 233 matches. They only have 39 wins. They've managed to rack up 817 kills, and they're sitting at a 4 KD. So out of those 39 matches that they've won, we went ahead and did the math. We used the formula as you guys see on the screen. The only number of actual wins they've had where they survived till the very end is 30. So 9 times they died early, 30 times they made it towards the end. So let's go ahead and tweak the numbers a little bit. Let's say instead of 30 actual wins, let's say they've actually won 90 matches. So let's go ahead and triple that number, because 233 matches and only 30 wins, that's pretty low. So let's bump it up to 90. So again, you take 233, which is the total number of matches. We're going to minus 90 from it. We're going to plus 1. That gives us 144. You take 817 kills, you divide it by 144, that gives you 5.67, which looks much, much different. 5.67 is a huge, huge difference stat-wise than a 4. So a 4 KD versus a KD of 5.67 is absolutely huge. The only thing that changed here, notice the kills didn't change. That didn't change at all. The only thing that changed was the amount of times that they stayed alive towards the very end and won the match. And that alone increased their KD by 1.67. That is absolutely huge, you guys. Now we're going to look at one of the top players. Now, this is a screenshot that I took of my good buddy, Fate. Make sure you guys check him out. He's absolutely incredible. #1 in North America right now. So let's look at one of these leaderboard type players. We're going to start, or we're going to use Fate as this example. So, Fate has played when I took this screenshot, he played 486 matches. He was able to rack up 394 wins, kills 4,454, with a jaw-dropping 32.04 kill-death ratio. Believe it or not, there's a way for even somebody like Fate to improve their kill-death ratio. So again, when we plug in the numbers, when you take the matches and you minus the kills, divided by KD, you plus the 1, that gives you the actual wins. So him, on his total stats, he's had 394 wins. The actual amount of times where he has stayed alive to the very end is 348, which is a difference of 46 times. So even the best player in the world has died 46 times where they never made it, where they stayed alive towards the very end. Let's say he did. So let's say all 394 of those matches, Fate was able to stay alive. Wait till you guys see the difference in the kill-death ratio. So, when we go ahead and plug in the numbers, as you guys see it on the screen, he would go from a 32.04. Again, let's say he never died. Let's say instead of only staying alive 348 times, but he stayed alive 394 times, he would go from a 32.04 to a 47.89 KD. That is absolutely huge. So whether you're just an average mediocre player or whether you're fighting for the #1 spot on the leaderboards, you can see a huge difference in the importance of staying alive to the very end of the match. So not only getting the wins, because if you end up dying and your squad wins, consider it not a win for you. It's a win for the squad. It's a win for, I guess, your overall stats. But as far as improving your kill-death ratio, it's crucial. You not only play, you want to play this game to win. Especially if you're somebody like a rank grinder or a stat grinder, the way you're going to improve your stats, and in this case, in this example, or in these examples laid out before you, how to improve your kill-death ratio is to stay alive to the very end. And what's incredible is we were able to figure out, again, a huge shout out to my brother, Dr. Dan. We were able to determine or figure out the actual formula that PUBG Mobile uses to determine a kill-death ratio. That is absolutely huge. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like it, do me a favor, make sure you guys hit the like button. Helps out the channel a lot. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of what we were able to discover down in the comment section, and use this, play with it. Determine how many kills do you need. Maybe you have a targeted kill death ratio you're looking to get. Maybe it's a 5 KD, maybe it's a 7 KD or a 9 KD. Maybe your target KD is a 4 KD. Using these numbers and playing with them, adjusting the kills, adjusting the amount of wins, you can determine, even before going into a match, what you need in order to figure out how many kills you need or how many wins you need to get to a targeted kill-death ratio. Absolutely huge. Anyway, again, like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next video, you guys, this has been Riggs from Riggs Gaming.